and welcome back. If you're a canny person, you'll notice that there was a time set in the corner there. I've just made it dawn. So I'm sort of alternating between recipe mode and cheat mode for the purpose of these tutorials. My aim is to show you how to do these things in recipe mode. As I've said in the previous tutorial, Voltz requires a lot of collecting, a lot of mining, and so unfortunately some of the resources I have spawned in purely for the purpose of being able to show you things. However, wherever possible, I'm going to show you making these things. Now, one of the things that we're going to need straight off is a furnace, which I haven't yet made, and as I just did, I'm sure you all know how to do it from vanilla. But what you need for the next part of this tutorial, which is the coal generator, which is a source of energy, and the battery box, which is somewhere to store your energy, is what have I got here? Tin. Tin is good. Lots and lots and lots of ingots. Now I've actually spawned them in, but just in case with the new ores you're unsure, platinum and tin ore, as well as iron and all the other regular things, you can actually make in the normal way in a furnace. The obsidian ingots that I had in the last tutorial, which we will come back to, the obsidian tools, can't be made in that way. They need more machines that require the power source that I'm just about to show you how to make. So here I'm just showing you how to make tin ingots, because what we need for the next thing is some tin. What we also need, the first thing we're going to make is the coal generator. So when you go into your menu, you'll find that in recipe mode, which is the regular non-cheaty mode, you can of course see how to make things. When I type in the word coal, all the coal options come up, including the coal generator, and this is the recipe for the coal generator. We need a motor, which is made using steel ingots, iron ingots, and insulated copper wire. Again, I'll show you how to make that in a moment. And the other thing is the steel ingots. So you can see we do need quite a few. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 steel ingots, and we need some for this as well. We need 1, 2, 3, 4. So altogether we need 11 steel ingots. Now the easiest way to make steel ingots is at the beginning of your game is using iron and coal. So there is another way of making steel ingots. However, you require some of these machines. I've already forgotten how many I said we needed. 4 and 7, 11 maybe. Let's just make 15 of them. That will be a nice safe number. Okay, so there we go. If we put, no, that's wrong. Ah dear. So we put 15 iron in the center square, and you surround them, which I'm not going to have enough of now, with coal, and you can see we get something called steel dust. I just need to spread these out a bit to get the rest of them. I've left with 2 coal. So you can see a whole stack of coal that I had there is already now used up, thanks to the steel. And I'm actually going to need these just to furnace up my steel dust to make my steel ingots. As mentioned before, there is another type of steel ingot. It is made using metallurgic infuser. However, we can't really do any of that without this to start with. So this is the easiest way to make your first set of steel ingots. It is very coal expensive, as you can see. So we'll let those just cook away and make us some steel ingots, which I have already done over here. Nope, they're tin. Alright, means we do actually have to wait for those. So in the meantime, I'll make some of the other things we need. So one of the other things we need is copper wire. And you can make copper wire. I shall show you again the recipe. Copper wire can be made, insulated copper wire is what we need, using wool or using leather. Now given that using leather requires killing a lot of cows multiple times, and when you kill a cow it's gone, so if you kill all your cows in the area they won't respawn, wool is actually a much more renewable way of doing it, especially if you've made yourself some shears, which is just the 2 iron ingots like this. Find yourself some sheep. You're not killing the sheep. The sheep, every time they eat grass, will grow back their wool. And so if you've got sheep in your area, it's a much better way of making this wire. So I'm just going to make some wire here. We'll make 5 to start with. So as you can see, I'm just surrounding 5, 5, And I've almost used half a stack of wool. So you can see why making this many, I'm going to make 30 here because it makes 6 and I've done 5 lots, so there's 30. Collecting a whole bunch of wool that will regrow and you can keep collecting is a much cheaper way of doing this than with the leather. So let's go back to what we were making there, which was the coal generator. There it is there. So I need the steel ingots, I need a furnace, that's easily enough made, and I need a motor. And the motor was 1 iron ingot surrounded by steel ingots with the wires in the corner. So I should almost be ready to do that. Let's have a look and see how my steel is going. So here we go. The steel ingots surrounding 1 iron ingot, and in the corners you put your wires. And then we have a motor. So you can see all of this is still achievable just through straight mining and crafting. This is not getting complicated yet. It's not using the specific Voltz machines. We are making the first of our Voltz machines. Okay, so back again to my coal generator. I need a furnace as well, and then I've got to wait for more of these steel ingots to cook. I've got 2 more there, so I obviously need... Oh no, I've got enough steel ingots now. So a furnace, as I'm sure we all know, is your 8 cobblestones, and we place the furnace in the centre. Is it in the centre? Yep. The motor on the bottom, and then we surround the whole thing with our steel ingots that we made using a coal and our iron. Once again, there is a better way of doing that once we are set up, but at the moment, when you've just come straight from mining, that is the best way to do it. And there we have our coal generator. Now at the moment, our coal generator is not doing anything. It's not generating anything. And we need to give it a whole bunch of coal to generate power. And then the power needs to be able to leave this coal generator and go into various bits of machinery. And this is why we need a battery box. Now the battery box is steel once again, so I need 6 steels for that. I don't know if I have enough left, do I? I only have 4, which means I need to make some more steel, which requires me to make some more steel ingots, and I've now run out of coal. So as I said, I have been switching between, whoops, wrong one, switching between recipe and cheat just for the purposes of this tutorial. I actually am trying to show you, as I said, how to do it by yourself. So normally we'd go off and get coal, but that would be very time consuming. So here's 64 more coal for me to finish this tutorial with. So I need a few more. I'll just make a few. No, that was wrong again. I keep doing that. Iron, we'll put 4 in there. Surround them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm getting some more steel. Whoops. Not if we just chuck it straight out, we won't. Sorry about that. So, very aware that I'm trying to keep this not too long. Okay, so there we go. Oh, that's right, I didn't shift click, that's why. And I've done it again. Oh well. Let's just cook up these ones for a start. Okay, we might need to put a bit more coal in there while we're making our batteries, which are the other ingredient of a battery box. But I've forgotten to pop out of cheat mode and back into recipe mode, which I do need to be in to show you this. So the battery box, if I'd left myself in cheat mode, the moment I click on this, instead of giving me the recipe, it would just give me a stack of these, which I don't want. So the next thing we need to make is a battery. We need redstone, tin, and coal. That one's pretty straightforward, but we need 3 batteries to run across the middle. So let's get ourselves some redstone. I think we've got some tin. There's some tin. Let's get some more tin. Okay, so let me just remember the order again. The redstone in the middle. So here we go. 3. We need 3, don't we? Yep, 3. And that last ingredient there was coal. Oops. Now, why is that not working? Let's have a look. Oh, because I've put way too many coals in here. There we go. Steels. So now I have 3 empty batteries, and the battery box is the batteries surrounded by steel. So let's see how that steel is going. That extra redstone's fallen out. There's 4 of them. I think that's enough to make it. So here we go. We put the batteries in the centre, and then we surround them with steel. And now we have a battery box. So when I place my battery box down here, and give it a little bit of space between the two, you'll see there is a black hole there and a black hole there. We actually need a red hole, which must be on the other side where my furnace is. There it is. Right, red is the input and black is the output. Just going to quickly change it to day because I don't want to be blown up by anything while I'm showing you this. So let's just make it daytime again. There we go. And once again, we'll just change it back to recipe mode. Okay, so the last thing that's required here is to start generating some voltage. Why is it not doing it? It should be. Okay. We do need to wire it up though. Where are my wires? Here we go. And the wires you place like redstone on the ground. Now we need it to come all the way around to this red input. And you can see it's now working, generating energy. As soon as we get to 100%, it'll start transferring this wattage, the energy that it's making, into the battery box. And when it reaches 4 megajoules, it'll actually store that 4 megajoules in the battery box and stop using the coal until it runs out. However, as soon as the output on this is over here, which is going to be a bit awkward, but that's okay, we can move these things around later, is leading to another machine, it will then be powering the machine. So there we go, we've got a simple source of power and somewhere to store our power. And I've shown you, hopefully, despite the little bits of cheats to give me some quick resources, these are all resources we can get from mining and from shearing sheep. So hopefully this will help you to get started with your first machines in the Voltz packs. Alright, when we come back I will make an enrichment chamber, which is a bit like a macerator in the Tech-It pack, and we will also make the metallurgy confuser, which are the next 2 most useful machines. Alright, thanks very much. Bye.